I hit record. Hi guys, my name is Desiree Rickett. I am the Lieutenant Governor for Division 30 and a former treasurer for my high school, the Mustang Key Club.
Hi guys, I'm Katherine, Chao, and I'm the current district treasurer for the 2019 through 2020 year. Welcome to our treasurer forum. It's called Topping the Box Office Sales to go with our Hollywood DCON theme. We're really sorry you guys couldn't make it, but here's our presentation. So the first thing is the duties of a treasurer. So the first thing you really want to focus on is updating the membership update center each year. You want to collect dues and manage your club accounts, prepare the club budget, and maintain accurate financial records. Some schools don't allow you to do that, so it's okay if you can't. Just work with your advisor and communicate with her. So if you can manage the budget, do your best to do so. And then you inform the club of financial strengths and weaknesses, and also your sponsoring Kiwanis Club. And then you lead the fundraising efforts for your club, district, and international causes, and you apply for the YOF, which is the Youth Opportunities Fund grant each year.
Okay, so throughout the forum, we have different questions. This was supposed to be very interactive. We were going to ask you the questions into like the audience and have you guys answer them. So the first question we have is, what is one responsibility of a club treasurer? And I mean, we just went over the duties, but just to reemphasize, I think the biggest responsibility of a club treasurer is probably to update the MUC. And basically, all that really entails is your advisor should have the username and the passport, and then you will password, not passport, my bad. already messed up, it's fine. And then you will just log on and you would add all the new freshmen or any new members from the different grades and delete last year's seniors. Okay.
So for communication, so it's really, really important as a club treasurer and just as a key club officer in general to stay in contact with a bunch of different people. So throughout the year, make sure you're talking to your club officer team. These are really your support system, and they're really, really important to your success. Talk to the members and communicate what you're doing for your club. Talk to your advisor. You're really going to need your advisor's help when you have to deal with the membership update center, especially, and also with the budget and fundraising ideas. So you really will be meeting with your advisor a lot. And then communicate with your sponsoring Kiwanis Club. Go to their meetings if you can, but if you can't, just email them and stay in contact with them as much as possible. And then talk to your lieutenant governor and keep them updated, and definitely reach out to your district treasurer.
Awesome. Oh, pretty picture. Okay, Katherine, who are the two, in your opinion, most important people we should stay in contact with?
I think definitely your advisor and your district treasurer. Now, I say advisor because it's so important for your advisor to know what's going on. You can't really complete any of the tasks that you have as club treasurer if your advisor doesn't know what's going on. So definitely talk to them and keep them updated. And then another thing is the district treasurer, because I'm here to help you, and the next year's district treasurer is there for you as well. So remember that. So if you need help logging into the MUC or with anything at all, talk to them. They can give you fundraising ideas. They can help you with dues. There's so much they can do to help you.
Awesome. Okay, I'll talk a little bit about the Membership Update Center. So this is like a step-by-step guide on kind of what to do if you're having problems. So if you need to update the club roster, it's going to so once you're finished including all the new members and getting rid of the old members, it's going to send you an invoice that basically tells you how much your club owes to district and international, which is all put into one. So you're going to go to keyclub.org/MUC. Your faculty advisor should have, it should ask for their email and then whatever password that they came up with. So most of the time, treasurers will do this with their faculty advisors side by side or while they're at school. Sometimes people have problems, like year to year, there's always just a couple of different problems I guess you can have. So one of them is if you're switching advisors and your new advisor doesn't know your old advisor's password or anything, you can call or you can email memberservices@kiwanis.org or call 1-800-KIWANIS and ask for Kenneth Lucas, and he will help you to make a new username and password and regain your club's old information. Or sometimes your advisor just forgot and then they need to email the service or call this person. So it's no problem either way. So see here, this is just a picture of the front screen for the membership update center. Neither of us has our club's like username or password, so we couldn't go inside and show you. But once you enter the email and password, it'll basically bring you up to this home page, and you can either add each person one at a time, or what I like to do when I was club treasurer is I hit like I think it's
bulk add.
Yeah, bulk add. Thank you so much, Katherine.
Mhm.
Yeah, bulk add, and all it's gonna ask for is wait, I want to make sure I'm not spoiling anything. I am spoiling something. I remember it, so we're gonna keep going. So, Katherine, who do you ask for when you call 1-800-Kiwanis?
You asked for Kenneth Lucas, and the reason we tell you about calling 1-800-Kiwanis and asking for Kenneth Lucas is this is a much faster way to reach international if you have a like urgent problem with your dues or just logging into the membership update center. Like, say if your dues are lost or you've paid them and it's been a while, but you know that it's not showing up as paid, definitely call them because sometimes it takes them a while to get back to you through email.
Awesome.
Okay, so to update the membership update center and collect your dues each year, the first thing you want to do is collect the information from each member. So my club does this by just sending out a membership packet at the beginning of each year for members to fill out and turn in. So that packet should contain at the very least the member's first and last name, their email address, and their graduation year, because you're going to need this information to put into the membership update center. And then once you have all the information gathered, you go onto keyclub.org/MUC and you can update your roster. So that's when you can filter by graduation year and delete all the members who graduated. It'll show up as like grade 12 or whatever their graduation year is, and you can just delete all of them because you don't want to keep the seniors on there or else you'll be paying extra for people who aren't even there. And then the next thing, once you've updated the roster, is to add new members. So you're going to get a bunch of new freshmen who join and just new members in general. So you can click on add new members or bulk add members. I really recommend doing bulk add members because you can add up to like 10 people at a time. So it's a lot faster. And the next thing, once you're done adding all of the members, you want to pay your dues. So this is the most important part. Okay, you go into the finances tab, you generate an invoice, or you can pay online by credit card, but most clubs choose to pay by mail, and for that they print out the invoice and follow the instructions on it. Usually you have to talk to your advisor, and then with your advisor you would talk to your school bookkeeper or school treasurer, and that treasurer would fill out the invoice and do a purchase order or whatever and pay the dues basically.
Yeah, and if you guys ever have any questions, I know whoever's Katherine right now and then whoever's going to be the district treasurer next year, it seems really confusing at first, especially if maybe you just chartered like a new club and so it's your club's first year or something. You can always feel free to email your district treasurer and like ask them, and or your like lieutenant governor, and they would be happy to help you go through this process. So, Katherine, what information do you need to collect from members to update the MUC?
Okay, so you need the first and last name of the member, you need their email address, and you need their graduation year.
Awesome. Okay, so for dues, so basically every member is going to cost you about $13, and that breaks down to basically Texas Oklahoma asks for about $6, so just our Texas Oklahoma Key Club district, and then international, so Key Club International asks for about $7. So when you guys are asking members to pay their club dues, most clubs add in a little extra to have like a club budget at the beginning of the year. Just know that you can't ask your members for over $20. And then you also cannot ask them, they can't be required to pay for a t-shirt with their dues. So that should always be an option, like an optional thing. And that's just basically so that we're not excluding anybody from being in the club due to financial reasons, and no clubs are like exploiting their members for money. But I know none of you guys would do that, but just to be on the safe side, here's your rule. And then some important deadlines to remember. Early bird is November 1st. So definitely if your club is aiming for top 25 and you want those extra points, definitely go for the early bird. I forget, it's worth like 100 or something points. It's a lot. So
it's worth a lot of points. It sets the clubs apart from the rest of them.
Not many clubs do it, so I would definitely aim for that November 1st deadline. On time, though, is December 1st, so you get about an extra month if your club needs it to be able to gather all the dues and like update the MUC and get everything ready. But if you don't pay by February 1st, your club will be suspended, and that's not great because Ooh, are we going to talk about that later? Or I'll go ahead and mention it right now. So basically, if your club is suspended, you guys cannot attend the district convention or the international convention. And you also can't have any members of your club run for any district positions or get any scholarships for the seniors. So it really, really sucks. I would definitely make sure you pay on time December 1st. If not, at least do it before February 1st. And then if by the first day of ICON, so that's our international convention, it's usually is it June or July? Catherine, do you know?
I think it's July.
July? Yeah, so if you guys still haven't paid by July, which is a really long time and the school year's already over, so that's already not looking great, then you guys become inactive and you're kind of almost no longer a key club unless you reactivate yourselves, but you're officially inactive October 1st, and then after 3 years of 3 years of being inactive, you become revoked, and that's when you're officially no longer a key club.
Yeah. So for the deadlines, one really important thing to remember is for early bird, it's kind of like a difficult process because how international counts early bird is they have to receive and process your dues by November 1st. So it's not enough if you mail out your dues on November 1st because they won't get it on time and they won't be able to process it on time. So sending them out mid-October at the latest would definitely be recommended. And so that's why it's so important to work with your club officers and work with your advisor early on in the year, maybe even in the summer. So you have a really good plan for when you go back to school and collect dues really fast.
So Catherine, I'm just curious, do you guys know, so let's say right now, COVID goes a little bit into the beginning of the school year. Are they going to change the dates at all? Have they told you?
Yeah, we don't know yet. Honestly, I think if I were international, I would consider it maybe, but I don't know if they will because they've never really done that before. But I will say one big thing to remember for early bird is you can actually just submit 15 members by early bird. So by, say, October 15th, you mail out your dues to get it in on time, you can just submit 15 members with their information and everything on the Membership Update Center. And so that way your club gets counted as early bird. And then by the on-time deadline, you send in the rest of your members. So say if you have 200 members total in your club, you can send in all the rest of them and still count as early bird.
Wow. Okay, that's good information. I hope y'all are paying attention. So if you don't pay your dues by this date and your club becomes suspended. So what day is the suspension date, Catherine?
February 1st.
February 1st. Yes. Okay. Oh, I'll let you talk. I don't know anything about this. You talk.
So club standings. So this is a really big thing that a lot of clubs are confused about often, or they ask in email and they're like, what does it mean if my club is active? Or what does it mean that you said my club is suspended? So this really breaks it down for you guys, and you can look back on this throughout the year too. So the first thing is active. So this is the status that you want your club to be in, okay? You want to be an active key club. Your members will be active, and it's just the best way to be a key club, basically. So if you're an active key club, you paid your dues before February 1st. Your members are able to attend our district convention each year and our international convention. And then you can run for district positions, which is really, really good. You can serve on the district board, you can serve on the district staff and learn a lot about leadership. And then you can also apply for scholarships. Texas Oklahoma offers so many scholarships, and this is a really big thing that your members can benefit from. And if your club isn't active, you're missing out on so many opportunities. And then for another status, it would be suspended. So this is kind of a sad status. It's not as bad as the rest of them, but it's just if you didn't pay your dues by February 1st, then your club becomes suspended, and you can't apply for any scholarships. Your members can't attend DCON or ICON, and your members can't run for district positions. But it's okay. You can still save your club if you just turn in your dues as fast as you can, honestly. And before DCON, you can still go. You can still register to go to DCON. So say if you really just completely forgot about your dues, or you had some problems over at your club level, you can turn in your dues, say by February 2nd or something. It's okay, as long as you do it a little bit before DCON, so you still have the time to register and do everything like that. But you really don't want to get to this point is the thing. You really want to try to stay in active key club. And then after suspension, the next level down is inactive. So if you're in an active club, it means your dues were not paid by international convention in July, and you're considered inactive the following semester, which means you have to pay $100 in reactivation fees and all the dues that you didn't pay the last year. So this really puts a lot of clubs in like debt, really, because you don't have the money to pay the reactivation fee and also your previous dues. But a good way to solve this, if you're really motivated and you still want your key club to be alive again and be active, is you can reach out to your Kiwanis club and say, hey, like we've been really struggling with dues lately. Could you possibly help us in any way possible? And they could most likely help you pay off the reactivation fee. And the other thing is you can reach out to International and write a letter to them, explain what happened in the previous year and why your club became inactive, and show them like you're really, really motivated to make your club active again, and tell them like, is it possible for you guys to forgive our reactivation fee or forgive the dues that we didn't pay last year? And sometimes International can make an exception and forgive either the reactivation fee or the dues from last year. So just definitely reach out and ask if you need help. And then the next thing is revoked. Revoked is the most unfortunate status for a club to be in. It means your club has been inactive for 3 or more years, and you have to pay $400 to $600 recharter fee and the dues for that year. So this is a huge amount, and if you still want your club to be active again after it's been revoked, it's still possible. Again, reach out to your Kiwanis club, talk to International, talk to your LTG, and talk to the district treasurer, because all of these people will be there to help you and make your club active again. Okay, Desiree, what is one consequence of your club being suspended?
Well, you can't go to our district convention. So sad. Senior memories down the drain.
Yes.
Oh, it's rough. Guys, pay your dues. Just do it. And if any of you guys find that your clubs are inactive or revoked, or even when you're still inactive, like good standing, you should have a lot of fundraisers. See that piggy bank in the corner? Lots of money, guys. So some ways to make money are to have like spirit nights or profit shares. So basically you just reach out to like a local restaurant and you say, hey, if my members come and we eat this restaurant, and a lot of times they'll have you mention what club you're with. So like if our members come and eat at this restaurant, can we have like a portion of whatever they ordered? And so sometimes it's like, I don't know really what it ranges to, but it's like, isn't it like 7 to 15-ish%?
Yeah.
I don't know, it depends restaurant by restaurant, but they'll give a portion of whatever their profits were to that night, from that night, to your club. And that's a great way to make money. So some places that do that, or you could consider asking to do that, are like Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Raising Cane's, there's Panda Express, all different kinds of things. You can have like different, more fun kind of events, like car washes are a really good way to make money over the summer. If your club has nothing else to do, I definitely suggest a car wash. You can participate in like a fashion show, where you could team up if your club has like a DECA. DECA likes to also do things like that. So you could like partner up with other clubs and have like a fashion show, talent show, sports tournaments between clubs, and like a food truck day. So you would contact like your school principal and say, hey, is it okay if we have these food trucks come to school? And then you contact the food trucks. You're like, can you give a portion of your sales to our local key club? And that'd be awesome. You can also sell different items, which is what a lot of clubs do, because it's not like a one day kind of fundraiser. It's like over a certain span of time. And so you could sell corsages for like prom or homecoming. You can sell chocolate. World's Finest Chocolate is what my school does, and that works very well. You can sell popcorn, candygram, roses, candles. There's also one my school used to do is like crushed sodas. Like on Valentine's Day, you could buy like crushed sodas and have them sent to different people in classes. It's really just what your school allows you to do, and then how much effort your like treasurer, so obviously you guys, and then your members are really willing to put in to make like a certain amount of money to either reactivate your club or like charter a new club, or just to, have a little something on the side if you guys ever choose to have a big project or something like that. So I definitely say hold at least one fundraiser during your term. If you have not held a single fundraiser your entire year as treasurer, I don't want to say you failed, but you might have failed just a little bit. So
okay, so more fundraising. So one big thing about fundraising is it's sometimes hard to reach out to companies. So there's a lot of different companies that would be willing to support those. So the first thing is to reach out to local businesses. Local companies are way more likely to help you than, say, like huge corporations like Walmart or Target or something like that, because they have so many things to go through and so many levels of management. So talk to your local businesses first. So you can reach out to banks, you can reach out to restaurants, shopping centers, just any local business really, those little boutiques that you see. Go talk to those people and just walk in and ask them, like, introduce yourself and talk to them and be like, would you be willing to help us, our Key Club? And tell them, like, what does Key Club do and like what are you doing to help the community, and they'll be more inclined to give you any donations or give you anything at all. So you can ask for items to raffle away at a fundraiser, or you can ask for prizes to give out at meetings, or anything for membership recruitment events. This really motivates the members to become more active and go to your meetings and be more engaged. And at these events, the company gets promoted too. So say if Chick-fil-A donates a basket to you, they will be promoting Chick-fil-A. And then people will be like, oh my gosh, Chick-fil-A is so good, I want to go to Chick-fil-A. So then both of you benefit. Your club gets to raise money and Chick-fil-A gets more awareness. So that's why it's really good to partner with companies.
Awesome. Okay, so a couple of steps you need to take to plan events. So the very first thing, obviously, is you have to contact the company and make sure it's like okay to have the event, or if you can use their building or something like that. Because a lot of schools, like, they have to hire security guards and stuff, so really they won't, most schools won't let you use their building or anything. So you'll have to contact a local company and be like, hey, I need your garage. Thank you. And just make sure you aren't being too shady about it. You need to communicate really clearly and effectively with those who are in charge of this location. Make sure they have the correct day you're going to be there, the correct time. Make sure, like, someone's there, the door's unlocked, and there's someone there to lock back up the place when it's over. You don't want to have an event where you didn't confirm, because a lot of times it's really easy. Companies have a lot of stuff going on. Someone might just forget that you were supposed to be there on that day and the place isn't open, or they booked it out to somebody else, and then you're in a real pickle because you did a lot of planning. So just make sure you double check at least like a week before, if not even just a day before, it's fine. Email them, get something said. So oh yeah, it's right here. Confirm the event the week before the event is held, please, please, please. And then you really need to advertise the event, because obviously you need people to be there. So you can do school announcements. You can ask, like, a lot of schools have like morning announcements and stuff. Just ask your school, like, hey, can you say this real quick thing for our club? If you guys have social media, definitely post it. Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all that good stuff. Facebook, if anybody still uses that. And then at meetings, definitely, I would mention it a lot. And then you can go around to local businesses and you can be like, hey, our club is having this event on this day. We would really love if you could support, again, asking for like raffle items or door prizes, or just even saying like, hey, can you post like this poster of our like event at like the front door of your local business? Because it's like not for a profit kind of thing, most local businesses are really okay with it. So, and then ask your local Kiwanis, because they love to show up at stuff that you hold. Just be like, hey, we're having this super cool event, we would love for you guys to come. They love getting to spend time with Key Club people, and they just love seeing what kind of events we have, because we have a lot of energy. So I would definitely do that. Let's see here. Oof.
Okay, more steps to plan events. So we're really breaking it down for you guys. Look back on this throughout the year if you need to, or just take notes on it the first time you're watching this presentation, because this will really help you throughout the year whenever you have a fundraising event coming up or anything like that. So once your event has happened already and it's over, make sure you write a thank you email or letter to the company and or the person who made it possible. So this is really important, because this will guarantee that they would want to work with you in the future. So maybe not this year, but in the future years when the next treasurer has to plan an event, it would really help keep up relations between you and that company. And then so you want to mention how you would love to work with them in the future and just the upcoming years, and really show your appreciation for how they helped you. And then share the results of the fundraiser with your club. You can also share the results of the fundraiser with the company, so then they know, like, with their help, you were able to achieve so much. You were able to benefit the community in a way, and that also helps as well. And then just reporting the results back to your club helps them know, like, they were able to be part of something just by attending an event or going to something one day. And then reflect on what can be improved next time. So this is really big in communicating with your officers, Talk about what happened at the event and how it went. Is there anything that you could do differently if you were to replan this event? Like, what would you do in advance? What would you do just at all, really? And what would you do like to make the event more efficient too? So talk about that, write it down, and it's really important for your future events and for the next year's treasurer as well. And then really, really important is to make sure you go to the event. Don't be that officer who plans a whole event and then can't show up. So when you're planning, it's really important to make sure all or at least most of the officers can make it and your advisor can make it, and just as many people as possible, because you won't know how well the event went if you didn't attend yourself. So it's really, really important for you to actually go to the event and engage with the members and the companies and everything like that.
Okay. On Katherine, my school limits or doesn't allow fundraisers. What do I do?
Okay, so this is a common problem. If your school limits fundraisers, the biggest thing is to plan ahead. So my school does limit fundraisers. We're allowed like one fundraiser per semester, which is honestly really hard, but it can be an ongoing fundraiser. So that's the catch, okay? So if you plan out really early, you can have an ongoing like chocolate selling fundraiser or anything like that. So it's the same fundraiser, but it just keeps going throughout the year, and that'll definitely help you make money. So that's why you have to meet with your officers early on and your advisor and figure out what are you going to achieve this year and how will you do it. And then if your school doesn't allow fundraisers, the best thing you could do is to host things during the summer. So like we mentioned, a car wash or just any fun activities like a basketball tournament, I don't know, a kickball tournament, anything in the summer. Get other clubs in your division involved, get other clubs from your school involved, and just get as many people in your community involved as possible, and that should help you fundraise too.
Oh, thank you. That cleared everything up. So now we're going to talk about YOF, which is the Youth Opportunities Fund grant. And so basically it opens September 1st. It closes October 15th. So here's your like technical stuff. But you can always like, guys, just because it opens September 1st doesn't mean you have to start working on it September 1st. It's basically the same application year after year as far as I know. So definitely it's like one of those things you can start planning way advanced ahead of time. So let's see here. This is also one of those active Key Club privileges. So you can only apply if you're an active Key Club, can't be suspended, inactive, or revoked. And you can either get anywhere between $100 to $2,000. So guys, even $100 is a lot of money. So I would definitely recommend applying. So applications are reviewed by the Key Club International YOF community. And then applicants will be notified of their grant status via email the second week of January. You're just going to go to keyclub.org/YOF to apply. And then I think, what did you say, Katherine? Only one, so like 12-ish clubs applied this year. 11 of those clubs got this grant, guys. I mean, math isn't my huge thing, but that seems like a pretty high percentage right there. So I would definitely apply. And basically what you're going to use this for is if your club has some kind of, maybe there's something that one of your officers or your advisor is super passionate about, and they want, like, let's say it's something like a governor's project. Like, let's say you guys want to give out like packets to the homeless that just have like, and especially in times like these, like little hand sanitizer bottles or like just different things that can help them out. This is what you would be applying to this for. So you'd basically say, hey, this is the event that we're like wanting to do, but we don't have the money for it, obviously. And so you're basically asking to receive the funds to be able to do a kind of project like that. So you can go to the store and you can buy that hand sanitizer if it's still on the shelves and you can pass it out. So that's basically what this is. Oof. Ooh, more examples.
Yeah. So more specific examples of the YOF grant projects from this past year within our own district are the Easter toy drive that Goose Creek Memorial Key Club came up with, and then the treating our teachers by Garland Key Club. So they each got pretty high amounts of money. Goose Creek got $750, and so they wanted to make Easter baskets for their local homeless shelters, and they wanted to fill up the baskets with toys, clothes, toiletries for children, and just give back to their community, really, especially during Easter, where it's a really good time. And they wanted to give back to those who lost their homes in Hurricane Harvey. So for those of you who don't know, Goose Creek Memorial is in the Houston area. It's like south of Houston. Baytown area. And so that's a place that was definitely hit by Hurricane Harvey pretty bad. And there was a lot of flooding and people lost like everything. So they really wanted to be able to find a way to give back to their communities. And so what they did was they fundraised part of the money to make those baskets. And then they figured out how much more money they would need and applied for the YOF grant. And the YOF grant gave them $750. And then another example of this is treating our teachers, and they got $1,200 for this. And for this Key Club, they realized that their school doesn't have any water machine things or like fridges for their teachers to use, really. Like, you think that your teacher can go to the fridge and put their lunch in there. Well, at their school, they can't. They don't have that. So it's because they have a lot of construction going on at their school. So they helped the teachers pay for 6 water dispensers and 3 refrigerators. Water dispensers and refrigerators are really expensive things. So they definitely did do fundraising on their own for that. And then they also applied for the YOF grant and said, this is what we want to do. And this is what we've done so far to contribute towards how much money we need. And then explain that whole process. And then the YOF grant people gave them $1,200. So they asked for half of the money they needed, and then they fundraised the other half through concessions, hosting a fun run, and just a bunch of different fundraisers.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Katherine, but doesn't it like increase your chances of getting the grant if you only ask for like partial amounts of the money you need?
Yeah, that's like definitely like the key to getting the grant is showing that you care enough to fundraise for it already. Because it's not just like free handouts of money in a way. It's like you're putting in the effort to give back to your community, and you will follow through with the project because you've already put in the effort to fundraise.
Awesome. So okay, so this is another like thing we were gonna have you guys do in person. Can't really do it online. Basically, the gist of it, we're still gonna explain it because why not? But we were gonna have you guys make teams, and then you're gonna give you like 10 minutes to come up with a YOF grant pitch. And so basically, that's just you find a problem in your community and you find some kind of project that's going to help resolve or just help alleviate this problem, how your project will help your community. So you just explain that portion, the amount of money you think you're going to need, and then just like a creative title. And so when's a special, were we going to give candy? Is that what this was?
No, you're going to give a great prize.
A great prize, guys. And so, basically, this is just supposed to show you how easy it is to come up with a YOF grant project. So I know a lot of times people are kind of intimidated, not just from the application process, but also just the idea of the project itself. Like, oh my God, we have to come up with something super amazing so that we get the grant, and the YOF committee up at International doesn't look at our project and go like, what? But it's really easy. There's a lot of problems in your community if you just go outside your door and you take a look that, actually have really simplistic or like just some kind of like help that your club can give. So definitely, even though we can't do this in person, just think about it. Think about it in your room or wherever you are right now listening to this presentation. Just be like, I wonder what kind of project my club can do. And definitely bring it up with your other officers, because you never know when somebody, like maybe you don't have anything you're particularly passionate about or any like problem you really can see, but someone in your club definitely does. So just bring it up at a meeting or something, and I'm sure someone will come and see you afterwards and be like, hey, this is a really good idea, and this is what you should do. So. Oh, you just finished grading these, Katherine?
Yes, I did. So here we're going to talk about the Charles Parker Outstanding Club Treasurer Award. So this is the contest that you would apply for. It's a DECON contest to recognize the outstanding club treasurer in our district. So there is outstanding club treasurer, and then there's also distinguished club treasurer. And so first you would submit an online application. It's through a JOT form, and that's in the DECON resource packet. I judge it, or the next year's district treasurer would judge it. And so once we receive all the online applications, we go through all of them and read them, and we follow a rubric and just grade everything. And then there's guidelines and criteria located in the TO Code of Contests and Awards under Article 11, Section 9. If you can't find it, just click Control F on your laptop and search up like treasurer, and you should find it quickly. And this is really important. Go into the contests and awards when you're applying and read through the criteria. Like really, really carefully read through it and make sure you understand it. And then if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the treasurer, the district treasurer, or just your lieutenant governor, because they will be able to help you answer any questions that you have. And then another thing is, looking at the guidelines at the beginning of the year is really, really good because it helps you plan for what you need to achieve throughout the year. So as like district treasurer, I looked at the the award for district treasurers, like the outstanding district treasurer award, to know what I need to achieve and what I need to complete throughout the year. And so that's what you guys can do too, and it'll help you stay on track basically. And so the criteria is evaluation, duties, meetings, and miscellaneous. And that sounds really vague, but the contests and awards break down everything in a much more detailed way. So definitely go and look at that.
Yeah, and just know that this is like the top treasurer, kind of like this is like what a perfect treasurer would have done throughout the year. So aspiring to do that is really good and all, but obviously a lot of times it's hard to get all of the different things that are going to be listed done, and it shouldn't make you feel like you're any less of a good club treasurer just because maybe you didn't do everything that's prescribed in the list. Like, this is the absolute perfect treasurer. So just because the guidelines are there doesn't mean you should feel any less if you go below that, and it doesn't mean you can't go above that. Like, there's always more you can do. So as a club treasurer, this is really what you should be striving for, but you should always want to go above and beyond. And even if you don't hit that line, you should still feel really proud if this is what you were going for, because this is a lot. So yeah. Just remember
and
that.
Another thing is, for the award, there is like a explanation section. So if there's any extenuating circumstances, anything that happened that you feel like limited your ability to do anything, then you can include that in your application. Me and the future district treasurer definitely takes that into account when we're grading. And so it really helps like level the playing field really for when you're applying for the award.
Yeah. I don't know, Katherine. Why would I want to apply for the YOF grant or the Treasurer Award? Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah. So you want to apply for the YOF grant because you can really give back to your community in a unique way. Like, you really are showing the initiative that you care about something so much that you're wanting to take on a project and start something completely by yourself or with your club. And so that's really, really good for just like, it helps you feel good about yourself too, because you're showing like, there's something I care about and I will do whatever it takes to reach it. And then another thing is the Treasurer Award. Why would you want to apply for that? You get recognition, and it just makes you like so proud of yourself or if you receive the award, and it just lets you reflect on what you've done throughout the year. And it's, even if you don't receive the reward, you know what you've done and you know what you've achieved, and it's just really, really good.
Yeah. And I mean, guys, by the time you're applying for the Treasure Award, like, all the hard stuff is done. You've updated your MUC, you've held fundraisers. Why would you not want to get recognition for all this work that you've done? It doesn't make sense to me. If this is what you were striving for, you gotta show the world like, hey, like, I did my job and I did it good. So yeah. Definitely this is one of those things I'd apply for. I should have applied for. Okay, so I made the slide, so Katherine don't have to feel bad about the title. How do you keep your members, guys? Well, steps for keeping your members is 1, you keep them informed. Guys, if they don't know when you're having events, they don't know when the meetings are, they have to like go out and find officers or go find the advisor to find out this stuff, you're not doing a good job advertising your club. It really should be like, there should be posters, either posters around your school. If you can't do that, you should have like a social media they can go and check. It shouldn't be like, when's the next Key Club meeting? What room was it again? It should be out there, guys, out there. And that's partially, I mean, I know your club might put it on some other officer's duty, but that's partially the treasurer's duty as the one who updates the MUC and really sees how many members we have. You should aim for that membership growth. So put this on your shoulders. Second, host socials. So have fun parties for your Key Club members. They don't always want to just be, volunteering is great and all. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you got to get let loose and party a little and have some fun. Like, my club, every month we have a social, or we have like Thanksgiving potluck, Christmas potluck. You need to give Key Club like a family feel. Because once you have a family, you don't leave that family. That is how you keep your members. You get them involved in the family. Have snacks at meetings. A lot of people like to pig out. I like to pig out. Man, if I hear there's going to be a snack at your meeting, I'm not going to go to the bus. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to go get that snack, and I'll like get my mom to drive me home or something. that's just also a really good way. People come for food, guys. It's just the truth. I can't tell you any more than that. Food equals people. And then you also keep your meetings short and fun. No one wants to listen to like 50 minutes of you talking about like, I don't know, your events. It's great that you have so many events that it's like 50 minutes long, but ain't nobody gonna sit there and listen for that. Like, I know you guys are already probably bored listening to this. This has been a long time. Yeah. Gotta keep it short and sweet, to the point, get that information in. For new members, so you got to keep your old members, but you got to gain those new members. You got to pull those weights and get those people. So posters is a really great way. I joined Key Club just because I saw a Key Club poster my sophomore year, and I was like, what's Key Club? That's all you need to do. You only need to plant that one seed in somebody's head and they get involved. You can have club or elective fairs. So if you guys have like freshman orientation, or like maybe your school does like a club, I don't know, like a club day where clubs just have different booths and introduce themselves, you definitely got to be involved in that. Like, the treasurer got to be on top of it. Your president too, but the treasurer has to be on top of that, and making sure that you're really reaching out to people in every single way that you can. Also, your club, if you're bougie like that, you can have an incentive for bringing a friend. Like, hey, you bring a friend equals a point. I don't know. I don't know what y'all do. Or you bring a friend, get a piece of candy. Candy always works on kids, I'm telling you. So just make sure you let your members know, like, hey, this is super fun. And also, like, make your event, if your events are fun, members are going to want to bring their friends. They're going to be like, oh my God, there's like some kind of run happening. We should cheer together. Come on, Julie, come with me. And then you'll have friends come with you. So basically, your members always know other people outside of the Key Club circle. So you got to make sure they reach out to everybody and bring them into this Key Club family. And then promote yourself on social media. No need to be bashful. Let yourself get out there. Be like, oh my God, Key Club is so awesome. Take fun pictures at your events and be like, hey, we just had the time of our lives. Like, our school does like a color run. We just had the time of our lives throwing colored powder on random people in the community. Like, come join. And then people are gonna be like, that looks fun. Or post pictures of puppies. You guys have animal events. Take a picture of the puppy. Be like, join Key Club. Pet all the dogs you want. That's seriously how you get members, guys. Not even. This is it. Oh, that's it. Oh my gosh.
Okay, thank you guys so much for listening to this whole presentation. If you made it this far, like, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you have any questions, email the district treasurer at treasurer@tokeyclub.com. Thank you to Desiree for presenting this with me too. But yeah.
I love you, Katherine. And man, thank you guys so much for letting both of us present and kind of help you, even if we're not having our district convention, still getting to have this presentation and talk with you all, kind of one way speaking. It's okay. And let you guys know what it's like to be a treasurer. If you have any questions, obviously you can email Katherine, you can email next year's district treasurer. Don't ever feel lost or anything like that. There's always people that want to help you, like people like us who just, we'll put ourselves out there. We really don't mind if you ask any questions. And I don't know, we're sad, obviously, that this year's district convention has been canceled. It's really such a bummer. And to our seniors, like, really sad. You shouldn't be watching this because you're going, but really sad for you guys. And to the people who are going to be officers next year, definitely strive to have your club go to convention. Strive to be a person who gets to go to convention. It's such an amazing experience. I mean, Katherine will be there next year. I won't be there, so sad life. But we were really just grateful to have this opportunity and to be able to volunteer together. Because even though we're all from different Key Clubs, we're all in the same family, more or less. So really love you guys. So we're going to end the recording here. Thank you so much. If I can find the button.
Okay, thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.